How to create a $100 grab bag without ripping people off. How do we create our $100 grab bags? I'm going to show you, so stay tuned. But first, if you're interested in buying one of these grab bags, we do have the 50, the 100, and the 200. I can make a larger one too. I can make a $25 bag. You can just send me an email and say, hey, could you do that? And I can send you an invoice. One thing about these, they're just for fun. I do guarantee that the value that you pay for it is what it's worth. If not, I'll offer a full refund. We just received a 3-star review on our Google business because the guy wasn't happy with the grab bag. Now, there are multiple videos out there to see what's in these bags. There's really not much of a mystery. I mean, it's going to have some silver, it's going to have some nice coins, some not so nice coins, copper, maybe a foreign coin every once in a while, maybe a graded coin, or even a set, maybe a proof set or something like that. That's the nature of it. So when you buy one of these and you're not happy, just ask for a refund. I mean, I'll give you a refund. There's no reason for bad reviews, because give us a chance to fix it. We can even send you another one. That's what I ask people here. These are just mystery grab bags. They're just overstock items we have a lot of, or items that are just, you can't really take pictures of and put them up on the site. And we decided that we could put them together here and offer some fun for collectors. It's just for fun. So if it's not fun, then just get a refund. I mean, it's simple. I know a lot of people don't want to send stuff back and don't want to mess with it. Then I'll give you a coupon for a discount next time you make an order. I mean, I'm willing to work with anyone on this stuff. And there's bad reviews aren't necessary. Low reviews are not necessary. So anyways, I'm going to show you how we make these. So currently, Dad is off. So I have to make these up, and Andy's on vacation. So it's just me and Jacob here that does the packing and the shipping. So what I do is, when I start out, I've got an Eisenhower dollar. Now, I don't typically always put Eisenhower dollars in here, but what I charge for these, I'm pretty much in the $15 range, sometimes a little bit more, just depends, but we're going to put 15 on it. We try to be conservative with these. So you can see my calculator here. We're going to running total. If I put a Barber dime there, then I'm usually in the $3 to $4 range on those, but I'm going to put $3 since it's kind of worn. And then I'll put a couple war nickels. Now, there's $3 a piece on them. Now, sometimes this writing is my dad's. Sometimes it's just where we bought the coins. It doesn't really mean that's what it's worth. That just gives him an idea of where to put it. I put $2 a piece, so that's $4 for both of them. Okay. Then we always kind of anchor it with something like a peace dollar, something that's been cleaned, maybe a Morgan dollar. And we'll always usually try to put a silver dollar in our $100 lots and our $200 lots, especially our $200 lots. We don't promise it, but it's been that way for a while. So we'll put the silver dollar on there, and this one I value it around 28 conservatively, because I can tell you it's hard to buy these calls for less than $30 from other dealers. So we're at $50 right now. So we're shooting for 100, and we usually get there with putting $50. So I have a walking $50 in there. We charge about 13 for those, but I'm going to put 12 on it. Okay, so we're at 62, and then I throw in, let's just say, a steel cent. We're not really going to add that up. A couple Indian cents here, earlier dates, so that's $2, $1 each on them. Really, they should be $2 a piece. When I'm looking at them, they're kind of worn. Then I put a couple Buffalo nickels, which $1 a piece, and that's $66. Then I'll put a really nice 54 Franklin $50. Looks almost uncirculated, or pretty close to it. Typically, we're about 15 bucks on those, maybe a little bit more. But like I said, I try to be conservative here because I consider shipping as well. Some people have trouble valuing coins in the first place, and I've noticed that. I've noticed a lot of people that complain about it. They really are not that great at valuing coins, or they're just so conservative. I mean, you look at one of these coins and think, that ain't worth that, Well, to me, this Mercury dime is worth $3. Okay, I get $3 out of it at the shop here. Same thing with this one. $3. If I'm paying $2 for them, which I'm paying a little bit less now, but $2 for them, it's going to be $4. So there, we have that. So we're up to $85. So then I have this proof, which I'm going to put, $15 on it. Sometimes we use the red book to try to price these, but I try to be a little more conservative. So we're going to add 15. So now we're at $100. Okay, now I know shipping and all that, and I backed off a couple coins that I felt like might sell for a little bit more on a good day. But we'll go ahead and we will throw in another Kennedy half that's uncirculated, and then a 40% Kennedy half. Okay, so then you can say the one's $1, and then the other one's probably 5 or 6. Okay, so we're pretty much at the 107 mark. Sometimes we'll get it up to over 110. Sometimes it'll be 105. It's very difficult to price some of these. Is what people don't understand is that you can go to eBay and see it selling a little bit cheaper sometimes, maybe even a little bit more. So we're not going to be 100% perfect. So if you get one and there's a mistake in it, just let me know. I'll tell you something. And this is one of the things that I need to. $105 is not worth my reputation. I would rather give you a $100 bill to walk in my shop than to have you go over on Google and give me a bad review, or to tell other people that I'm trying to be deceitful or trying to scam people. I mean, it's that bad, because online is so easy to make mistakes. And when it comes to coin values, they're very fluid. I mean, they're all over the place for some coins, and you can find values for everything. And you might even go to your local coin shop and find this stuff cheaper and think, oh, well, yeah. And I can too. That's how I buy it. I buy it cheaper too. I buy it in lots and bulk, and people walk in the shop. Okay, but the whole idea is I sell it for more because I'm making some money on it, right? You don't have to buy them. I recommend not to buy them. If you don't like what I put in this lot, please don't buy it. Makes it easier for everybody. I've got other graded coins on the side. I've got other ungraded coins on the side as well. You know, I have stuff up at front. Come in the shop and visit. So anyway, that's how we do ours. We do our best not to rip people off with these bags. We try our best to make people happy with these grab bags. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.